Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be addressing a question that's been coming up quite a bit in the MyListing community, and that has to do with manually creating and assigning listing subscription packages to users and customers. So a couple of scenarios where this may come up is one, when you launch a MyListing site, maybe you don't use subscriptions from the very start, and then after a couple months you realize you need to roll out subscriptions for your platform, and in doing so you want to add subscriptions for your customers, your users from the back end manually. So maybe you've got a free listing subscription that you want to give and assign to certain people without them having to go to the front end of your site and put in their information and that sort of thing. Another scenario would be that maybe you did start with subscriptions from the very beginning, but maybe you, like I just said, you want to go in and do some manual subscription adding for your users so they don't have to from the front end. So I'm sure there's more scenarios out there, but that's a couple that have been coming up here recently. So let's go ahead and get into how we tackle this situation. Here I've got pulled up I'm logged in as a test user on a tutorial website for MyListing, and as we see under the account, there's no listings, there are no orders, there are no subscriptions. Just clean slate here. This person just has a user account. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this to another screen. I'm now on this screen. I'm logged in as the admin of my MyListing tutorial website, and we're going to get into how this process would look. Okay, so the very first step is to create the user account. But as I've already shown you, we've already done that. You know how to create user accounts. Go under users and add new and add the user. Okay, so that's already done. Now the next thing we want to do is create the listing subscription product / package. Okay, so for that we go under products and add new. Again, this requires the Woocommerce subscriptions plugin to be installed before you do this. We'll just call this listing subscription 1. And we're going to change this product type from simple product to listing subscription. We're going to set a price of 0. We're going to skip all these other settings for the purposes of this video. We're not going to get into all that. Okay, so we're going to click publish now. The next thing we're going to do is create an order for this user. So WooCommerce, orders, add order. We're going to choose that we're going to say that the order is completed. We're going to pick our user, our test user here. Okay, and we're going to say that what they ordered was this listing subscription package product that we just created. So there we go. We notice that it's number 187 is the order / package number. We're going to click add and create. So now looking back at our test user, if we refresh the subscriptions endpoint, we see there's still no subscription. There are still no listings, but if we look under orders, we see that they do have one. So we're part of the way there. Our next piece of the puzzle is to create a paid listing package. So for that, we go under users, paid listing package, add new. We drop down to the payment details. You can skip all the stuff at the top because all of that is pulled in from your actual listing subscription product. Okay, so user is our test user. Product is our listing subscription 1. I think you can actually skip that too, but we'll leave that in for now. So we're going to choose our order because our order should define what it is that we purchased. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that information in. Again, all you need is the payment details. Don't need any of the package details. Click publish. Okay, so then the next piece of the puzzle is to go to the listing itself. So listings, all listings. We see we don't have a listing for that particular user, so we're going to create one. It may already be in your system, but in that case, you just obviously edit it. So we're going to call this Ryan's listing We're going to drop down to the author and change it to be me, to Ryan, the test user, and apply. We're also going to jump up here to the package section and click switch package. We're going to choose that package that was just created. So that's right there. And apply. And update just to be sure. Now let's pull over our user accounts dashboard again. So we knew that the order's in there. That's cool. So now let's go to listings. There we go. We see the listing and we see that it has that listing subscription 1 package attached to it. Let's go over to the subscriptions endpoint. But we see there's no subscriptions that are actually part of this. So if this user were to go now and try to switch and upgrade their plan or downgrade, they wouldn't be able to. So that's the final piece that we need to do here. So for this, we go to Woocommerce, subscriptions, add subscription, find that customer again. We're going to change the subscription status to active, choose the parent order, and let's go ahead and try to create it and see if that gets us there. So we've got that subscription product created for that user. Let's go ahead and refresh our subscription page. There we go. So now if this user wanted to switch their plan, if you had that set up within your WooCommerce subscriptions, the upgrading, downgrading, switching plans, they would be able to do that now. Okay, that's pretty much all there is to it. I know it's a lot of convoluted steps, but it's not that hard once you do it once or twice. The other thing that comes up is the bulk importing process. I'm not going to really get into that. It can be super complex depending on the different websites out there and what they're doing. My advice in that scenario may be to reach out to the MyListing developers, show them the data that you have, and maybe they'll help you prepare your input spreadsheet to import into WP All Import, for example, and they can maybe help you set up the fields exactly the way that you need to. But the short story is, if you use a plugin like WP All Export, you can use that at this point. So where we're at in this video right here, if you were to use WP All Export and you were to export just this one listing, this Ryan listing, this for this test user, that should give you everything you need to build your import master file, like your template, right? So it's going to come out, it's going to spit out the subscription information, the price, all of that sort of thing, and you use that as your template, and you add in all of your other information from your existing customers or new customers that you want to add to the system, and you can do that in bulk using that template file. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this answers that question for a lot of you out there. And there's a thread going in the Facebook group about this right now. Just came up, so would love to know your thoughts and how this goes for you. All right, thanks, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so I can keep doing these videos for you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.